the play, but can you see?
Connor has the puck and a great shot. One goes back up, and that's the score. There it is, on the block. It's the first score of the game. Takes the game over early. It's Plymouth with the three. Leo scores. Back in the way for the Raiders. Great shot.
Score! Sophie Grading slides the back of the net from the faceoff circle, and with 1:14 to go, the Raiders take a 3-2 lead.
And welcome back to an all-new Black-Red Blitz. As always, I'm your host, Rebecca Karen. Well, what better way to kick off a new episode than with hockey at Babson for one of the oldest rivalries in high school sports. It's Needham versus Wellesley. For the Raiders, getting shut out by Walpole in their home opener wasn't fun, that's for sure. But the best way to erase that loss would be a win over the Rockets. Well, the last 4 contests between these two teams, the Raiders have dominated Needham. With freshman Andrew Hubbard and junior Dylan Jones defending the Pipes respectively, both goalies need to get ready for 3 periods of intense, in-your-face, good old hockey. Stuck seeing zeros on the scoreboard for the first 13 minutes or so of this opening period, all that changes with 1:23 on the clock, and Wellesley on an offensive zone face-off. Ryan Keeter fights for the puck and deflects off Sam Keenan's stick and high in the air. And Michael Simmering right there drives it home past Jones for the first score of the game. Wellesley has a 1-0 advantage as we head into the second. But as we hit the 2:30 mark in this second period, the Rockets still facing down a 1-goal deficit, waste no time on this power play. David Jacobs to Seth Jacobs, whose centering pass finds Tom Facchetti for the one-timer score and ties it all up here at 1-1. Of course, every season when Needham scores against Wellesley, it's tradition that you'll see some weird, slimy, what the heck is that thing, squid, that gets thrown on the ice by a fan after a Rockets goal. And cue the shovel. Yeah, it's funny, but what if Needham never scores? Are you stuck hiding that slimy stinkfest the whole game? That would be hilarious. Back to the action though, as we're still locked in at 1-1 late in this third period, minutes quickly ticking away. Not wanting to settle for a tie against their rivals, co-captain Zach Dowdy steps up and changes that. Dowdy sees the loose puck, sets and fires a top shelf glove side past Jones for the game-winning goal. What a clutch score for Zach Dowdy, as the Raiders just didn't let that chance pass them by. The whole team is loving it. Raider crazies? Well, even more. Wellesley holds on for the remaining 2:38 left, and as the final whistle blows, well, let the celebrating begin. A win always feels good, but when it's against your rivals you love to hate, well, that just makes it that much sweeter. Great way for Wellesley as a team to respond after being shut out by Walpole the game before. Thanks to a goal by Michael Simmering and the game winner by Zach Dowdy, the Raiders take this by the final 2-1 over the Rockets. Very next day, we stay with hockey as it's a rematch between Wellesley and Plymouth, as the girls will be facing the team they sent packing last year in the semifinals. Well, the Raiders will always look back on that win that propelled them to the state finals as probably one of their top memorable games ever played. I think it's safe to say that Plymouth also hasn't forgotten that loss and have been waiting months for revenge. So the action on the ice begins, and early on you can see the net is going to be a pain for Wellesley. You couldn't ask for this Raider team to come out more aggressive offensively, but as Bridget Noonan's shot hits post, the puck is lost by Kat Lombardo, but still doesn't get buried. It's unfortunately a frustrating preview to come of a net that decides tonight to be awfully picky. The effort for sure is there, but giving due credit to Lombardo as well, the stingy net as yet doesn't bring any results. And so the Blue Eagles, spending most of this opening period in the defensive zone, finally get their chance right here. Puck loose in the crease. Jordan Colbert tries to bring it in, can't, but Kelsey Ruther does, and Plymouth has a 1-0 advantage. Well, already in these first 3 games of the season, the Raiders have faced a 1-goal deficit in every one of them, and calmly fought their way back into it. But as Wellesley still gets some great chances here in the next 2 periods, we see bad bounces, near misses, and solid goaltending by Kat Lombardo. Honestly, I feel like the Raiders should be up by 2 or 3 goals here at least, not still being shut out here at 1-0 as we head to the final frame. But again, this team does not panic. And just a minute into this third, Raiders don't waste this chance. Crashing the boards, Olivia Vernon frees the puck back inside. Emily Rourke wide open, takes it to the net, and somehow the puck gets around and past Lombardo, and Rourke buries it for the equalizer. And against this Plymouth team, why not have the game-tying goal be a crazy-looking score? Outstanding defense all game, starting with Alyssa Semino in net, who was lights out after allowing that first goal. And the rest of the line's going all out defensively, all the way from protecting the crease to solid clearouts. The bodies just flying and diving on the ice, blocking shots like it's no biggie. Blue Eagles get one last shot at the go-ahead score right here with just seconds to spare, but thankfully Alyssa Semino snares the puck, and there's no chance she's letting it go. That helps preserve the tie here, and a 1-1 draw would be the final, as the Raiders fell down early again, but tied it with a clutch goal by freshman Emily Rourke. Raiders would then go 2-1-2 on the season, as their next test on the road would be Norwood, and they would have no problem finding the net in that one, taking the Mustangs 4-1. Well, that officially closes out school vacation, but Raiders action would start to kick into high gear just days later. Boys basketball, fresh off their Rockland Christmas tournament, will be ready to tip off 2017 back at home on Tuesday, bringing in a 3-3 record, ready to face the Norwood Mustangs. Well, sometimes as a team you live and die by the free ball, and when it's working, hey, why not? So in this opening quarter, that is the story for the Raiders, as Ryan Murray buries it from the perimeter to get things started. And after a monster block, Will Jackowitz looks to help set the tone on the defensive end as well. Immediately contributing off the bench, back-to-back shots from downtown by Colin Blasco gives Wellesley a 9-6 edge. A catch and shoot for Ben Zimmerman as he makes it, and he got a Wellesley 12-6 advantage here after one quarter played. But Wellesley starts to rely too much on the three ball, and their offense that was clicking in the opening quarter suddenly goes cold. And Norwood quickly uses that to their advantage, erasing that 6-point deficit and changing it in this second quarter. This tray by Richard Meehan officially puts the Mustangs ahead by 1, forcing a Raiders timeout, as Norwood capitalizes on a 7-0 run to open up the second. So now down 19-15 with just about 20 seconds to go until halftime. Off a missed three here by Ben Zimmerman. Alex Barron crashing the boards, banks it in, and one for a clutch 3-point play. That would make it the first and only field goal made by the Raiders in this whole quarter. Richie Watson and Michael James for the Mustangs light a spark in their offense to open up the third. Seconds later, Richard Meehan from the corner buries the three, pushing the Norwood lead to 8. 26-18. Solid answer back, though, at the right time here for the Raiders. Jack Walzell in transition feeds it ahead to Will Jackowitz on the run. Jackowitz banks in 2 points, Wellesley desperately needed. Michael James, though, is key for the Mustangs as he sparks a 5-0 run all by himself. Draining the tray on point seconds later on defense, cuts in front of Alex Barron, takes it all the way to the basket with a fast break layup. Now the Mustangs' lead is double digits at 33-22. So now down 35-22, Coach Reedy cleans house, subbing the starting lineup for the bench. Tri-captain Max Guifrey immediately makes an impact in the game. Then very next offensive play right back inside the paint, Raiders get the ball back to Max Guifrey, who banks in another key basket. 35-26 Mustangs. Opening up this fourth, the Raiders stay with the bench. And why not? As Wellesley is starting to find some rhythm here. And that continues on this play here as Owen D'Oliveira gets open on the move in the paint and nets the first 2 points of this quarter. And the Raiders are now down by 7. Off a missed three by Maylee Sinclair, Max Guifrey finds air, somehow keeps possession alive, back out to freshman Anthony Lumley. Lumley calmly sets, fires it, top of the key, and drains it. And Norwood's big lead is suddenly not looking so big. What a difference in this game as Wellesley stopped relying on the outside shots, instead worked hard inside the paint, taking it to the basket. Down by 6, it's the little things done away from the ball. As Will Jackowitz lays down a screen that frees up Ben Zimmerman. And yeah, this time you take the 3. Zimmerman does, and he doesn't miss at all. Timeout on the floor once again. Wellesley isn't giving up just yet, down 39-36. And so forcing a turnover, Raiders get the key basket here as everyone is contributing. despite a great hard-fought effort by these Raiders in the second half that in the end unfortunately fell just short. Somehow Mustangs hold on to their lead. Richard Meehan drains the downtown dagger right here. Raiders cannot come back from that, as Wellesley falls to 3-4 on the season, losing by the final 46-40. So we close out these highlights exactly where we started, back at Babson for boys hockey, as the Raiders would look for their second win in a row at home, as they also faced off against the Norwood Mustangs. Now last season, Norwood wasn't good. Actually, they were horrible. They never won a game all season. But this year already, the Mustangs have won twice. So for Wellesley, this isn't an automatic win by any means. In their last game at home, Raiders goalie Andrew Hubbard earned his first start in net and did a solid job defending the pipes. Co-captain Zach Dowdy was the hero last week, bearing the game winner against the Rockets. So who will step up here tonight? Well, we wouldn't get the answer until the third period, as Andrew Hubbard was lights out between the pipes, denying Mustangs throughout the game. Norwood's goalie Austin Reardon also did his part to defend the net on his end as well. So we are scoreless as we head to the final frame. Well, the Raiders have had their chances, but now on this power play, they gotta strike, and they do just that. Crashing the boards, Joey Simmering shoots the puck, finds net off a stick deflection that looks to be by Jack Hughes. Hughes seems to think so as well, but the goal is awarded to Michael Simmering. Either way, it's a Raiders power play goal, exactly what Wellesley needed right here. And now the lead is 1-0 with just about 11 minutes left in this game. We all know in hockey the game can change in just seconds. So while a 1-0 lead here is great, Wellesley quickly looks to put this game away for good. Getting possession back along the boards, Tommy Lieberman feeds it ahead to Bo Picking. Picking with speed, finds separation, fires it past PJ Hennessy, save Austin Reardon. The rebound's out, and Bo Picking buries the putback for the dagger. It's 2-0 Raiders, and with nothing getting past Andrew Hubbard in net tonight, it's not looking good at all for the Mustangs. 2-0 is the final, as the Raiders improve to 4-1. The Raiders shut out the Mustangs, as 2 goals late in this third was all that Wellesley needed. Well, that does it for this episode, but there are plenty of more exciting games coming your way right here on Wellesley Media. And of course, you can catch up on all the highlights right here on Black Red Blitz. Check us out on demand at wellesleymedia.org, our YouTube and Facebook pages at Wellesley Public Media, and of course, right here on Comcast 9, Verizon 39. This is Black Red Blitz. Thanks for watching. Go Raiders.